Right then everybody, welcome back to Angler. It is the new angling year, it's 2025, and as you people probably know, I had the Chapelam feeder chair for quite a while, and it was a good chair. There was little things that I didn't like about it, and there was stuff that I liked about it. But I have with me today the Preston ignition feeder chair, and honestly, I am so impressed with this chair. The first thing I love about this chair, everyone, is how light this chair is. I can literally hold it with one arm, and it's just so light. Now this is good if you're maybe of the older angler and you struggle to like lift heavy stuff, you know, maybe you don't like lifting heavy seat boxes. This chair is ridiculously light. I'm not joking. It is unbelievable how light this thing is. Another thing as well is the carry strap. The carry strap is really nice and padded, and it feels well, you know, it doesn't ache your shoulder when you carry it. And to be honest with you, I will be mentioning this a lot through this video, and that is the sheer quality of this chair. It is absolutely solid as a rock. That is one thing that has impressed me with this feeder chair. The quality of it is unreal. The frame down to the materials and everything, they've not scrimped on quality to say how light this product is. Now unfortunately I forgot to get some screen grabs of how light this is, but I think it's around 3 point something kg. I will put it somewhere up on screen, which is just unreal. Like I said, the Chapelam feeder chair weighed a ton compared to this. It just felt ridiculous how it weighed. Another thing is the storage of this. It's very slim profile, as you can see, and it doesn't take up much room whatsoever. I absolutely love how the legs are suspended from the ground and they attach into these little clips here. The reason why that's a good thing is because for me, sometimes like in winter when it's muddy and your feet get muddy, it can be a little bit irritating. The problem is with that is, you know, you could get mud all over your car, but with these being up in the air, it's very easy to essentially to keep everything nice and clean. The best way I've found of getting these feet off, because like I said, these brackets are very tough, is pull the bottom. If you pull the bottom of the leg, it comes off very easily. The feet are sort of like a 360 rotation, so they go back and forth and then they go side to side like that. So let's say you're on uneven ground, these are going to be very good and they're going to balance everything out really nicely. They are 30mm legs, and also they do have a little butt cap. Now for some reason I am struggling to get that off. I'm assuming it does come off. I think it'll be one of them sort of like screw attachments, but I've not been able to get it off. I'm literally trying so hard to get that off, but I don't want to go getting pliers and just ruining it. And to be honest with you, I don't really need to bother getting them off. I just wanted to try it for the sakes of the review. If you do buy, let's say, the Preston 36mm attachments, you will have to buy a separate attachment that fits the 30mm legs, which can be easily found on eBay and everything. When you do come to pack this away, you do have to give them a good push, and they do make a nice clip back into the chair. Like I said, you do have to put a bit of elbow grease into clipping these things back on, but it does hold them stable. They do slide a bit, they do move around a bit, so just make sure, you know, they're at like roughly a similar level to the top of the chair, and then that way nothing's going to get damaged. I'm going to show you how easy this thing is to put up and how simple it is, because it is honestly, it's dead simple to get this chair up. Another thing as well, for you seat box users, you'll be very familiar with a frame like this. Obviously it's got a very sort of seat boxy frame look to it. Again, I know I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, the quality is unreal. It's not often I praise big companies this much, and I'm not sponsored, it's just my honest opinion. This frame is solid. Honestly everyone, this chair has been built to last, it really has. Let's get this set up now. First things first, get the legs off this chair. As I mentioned before, I hope you can see that on camera, the easiest way to do this is pull the bottoms and they come off. very, very simple. What I've done, I've stored the butt rest behind this because that's the easiest place I've found to store it, and then I've also done the same with the feeder arm, and I always leave this bit on. I never unscrew this because there's just no point. It's just a lot easier to keep this on. Again, with the butt rest, it's easier to keep the little butt rest thing on. One thing I do want to mention, these sort of like elastic bits here, this makes for great comfort. So when you sit down on the chair, these elasticated bits will move, and it is really nice. You know, it don't feel firm, it don't feel anything. It's very nice and easy to use. The next thing, make sure these obviously go the right way. You will have sometimes these little clamps here will move and you can't quite get the leg in. So just try and maneuver them a bit with your finger, and then all I do, I try and get it sort of somewhat good. One thing I will say, these little screw cap things here, these are so nice, like a really solid rubbery material. And then all I'm going to do is literally get this one. As you can see, that little like clamp section then were a bit stuck, so you just have to maneuver it that way. It is a very simple setup, everyone, and like I said, the lightness of this thing is, God, it's unreal. Absolutely unreal how light this is. So all I'm going to do is get that, screw it in, and then we're pretty much good to go, everyone. And then what I'm going to do, everyone, is just lift this up. One thing I do want to say, sometimes with feeder chairs, when you're sort of moving back and forth, they're very loose, and it absolutely does my head in. But with this, it's got some nice tension to it. It's not too loose, it's not too stiff, it's just perfect. Just make sure as well that the feet are really tight. One thing I do want to mention, this chair doesn't actually have spirit levels on it, so you can't get it bang on, but you just kind of know if you're on like a level surface. But to be honest with you, I never used to bother looking at the spirit levels on my old chair, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'm a bit lazy like that. But as I say, that's the chair without the attachments. One thing I do really like is this 3D ignition bit here. I really like the stitching, and like I said, that little 3D bit. And again, as you can see, it's a really solid frame, this chair. It's actually bigger than you think, because on photos it doesn't look as big. You know, you've got the ignition bit there, and then all I've done, I've tucked the strap just under this bar here. It's just so it don't drag. Obviously, just make sure you don't get your hand stuck in it, but I've just tucked it under there, and that's absolutely perfect. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the attachments on. I'm going to show you how easy it is to get them on. So you've got 3 attachments. You've got the massive side tray, which it is a really generous size, really good. I'm just going to put that to one side for now. Then obviously you've got the butt rest. Now it's very important to make sure you get this butt rest the right way around. In fact, the feeder arm needs to go on first. So pop the feeder arm on, and it's as simple as just tightening up these nice rubber tighteners, and then make sure we get that the right way. And then all you're doing with the butt rest, fasten that down, and then that's it. It's so simple, everyone. That is literally it. It couldn't be more simpler, could it? And then, like I say, you can adjust the butt rest as well. I'm going to actually get off the chair so you lot can see. Is put the tray on like that. I prefer it at the top. And again, just tighten up the side tray like so. So that is how simple it is to get all the attachments on. It couldn't be more easier and more versatile in terms of the attachments. Okay, everyone, so this is the chair in all its glory. I'm gonna have to be careful, obviously, because I don't want to fall into the lake. So like I say, obviously your butt rest just goes here, and it just sits on top of the actual feeder arm itself. One thing I will say is the quality of this feeder arm. It's absolutely brilliant, and what you can actually do is undo this clip, and then this attachment, oh no, sorry, that's the wrong clip. It's this clip here, and this comes all the way off. So if you wanted to change it for another one, as long as it's the right connection, you can do, and then it literally makes a solid click. When you open this moves the feeder arm out. You know, you can go as long as anything. This will easily hold a 12-foot rod, as you can see. We actually have got a friend here, or a fan. So then I'm just going to put that back in there, push the clip down, and again it makes a really nice snap sound. One thing I do love, and I really think it's a good idea, is like on the Chaplain chair where you add the teeth for the other attachments, the Preston one also has these teeth, but these are unbelievably strong. They really are, and you can just feel the quality. So if you're on a river, you can literally have that sat straight up. So I'm sorry if the glare's a bit bad off the sun, but this adjustable, it literally goes straight up, and then literally you can move it really far down as well. So the possibilities are absolutely endless in terms of how much you can lift it up and how much you can lift it down. And again, the feet are really well built. Now, not everything's hunky-dory. The minor issues, don't get me wrong, they're literally minor issues, but when you put the chair down, like with the Chaplain one, I'm going to be referencing the Chaplain feeder chair a lot because I feel like that's what it's most like. Essentially, you've got this little storage bit in the back, and what the Chaplain one did, you could Velcro it to there so you could store your side tray in without it falling out. Now, I've looked everywhere and there's nothing where I can store this on, which is a bit of a shame because it'd be nice to store the side tray in there out of the way, whereas what I have to do is when I folded the chair up, I literally just slide my side tray down there. It's not a deal breaker, but it's just something to worth note. Also, this is the side tray, yeah. Preston Innovations, really nice. You do have drainage holes, one there, and one there if the camera will focus. There we go. And then, like I said, one there. This side tray, really good. It's very, very spacious, and you're going to fit a lot of things on. Like I mentioned before with the strap handle, you know, you just tuck that under there and keep it under there. It's mainly to stop it getting muddy. But the padding on this thing is very good. This middle bit where your bottom goes is just really, really comfy. And like I said, the back bit's nice as well. Don't get me wrong, it's not like really high up, but at the same token of breath, it's not very low down. Another thing as well, with the rod rest, you know, with the teeth on these being very high up, it will easily be able to take a vicious take. Because one thing you don't want is your rod getting dragged in. Whereas when you sit your rod in these, it'll be very, very nice, even if you get a massive fish on the big take. So that is one thing I do like about that. Very handy to have. And then, like I said, the butt rest is perfect. I always prefer these style ones. I know some chairs come with where the butt rest sits there, and also you have still got room for other accessories. Say if you wanted to put something on there, all you have to do is get the Preston accessories and make sure it's a 30mm attachment. So get your 30mm adapter, and then you'll be able to put other attachments on. You've got space for an attachment there. And then, like I say, if you didn't want that side tray, or maybe you wanted to upgrade that side tray in the future, you can do by obviously buying the different attachments. But in terms of comfort, it's very good. Now, one thing that some people might not be too happy with, it's literally not adjustable. It's a fixed position chair, so you can't move the sort of the backrest further down or further up. What I tend to do is just adjust it with the legs. So say if I want to sit a little bit further back, I'll just drop it a bit further down on the frame. Or if I want to sit more upright, I'll just bring it up. It does give you a nice posture when you're sat in the chair. You don't feel cramped over, you do feel like you've got a very good posture, which is very important. So then, it's all good so far. You know, it's a comfy chair, it's very durable, it's a very nice chair, but the price is always a big thing. And how much is it, I hear you ask? This chair, when it first came out, was £169. I think it was, no, sorry, it was £164.99. Now, there is a sale currently on these chairs, and I think you can pick them up for around 140 something pound, which to me is an absolute steal. For a chair that is built this good, of this quality, it's fantastic. It really truly is. It's a great deal, and I think you can't go wrong for the price of a chair like this. The fact that the legs attached to the chair and then everything folds up nice and neat and everything just, I'm an angler that I don't have much time because of work and I want things to be quick and easy, and this chair does that. Everything's quick and easy, everything's very accessible, and that's why I like it. Some people may find it expensive, especially compare it to the Chaplain feeder chair. You know, I'm not saying the Chaplain feeder chair is bad, but when I got this, when I bought it and I got it out of the box and, you know, just sort of had a look at the components, everything is top quality. And that for me is a big thing, you know, the quality of a product is everything. And the quality of this is brilliant. I will say this, again, unlike with the Chaplain chair, on your little sort of side tray, you don't actually have a leg. So, you know, it's not as stable in terms of putting stuff on it, but I'm pushing down on that and I'm very impressed with how stable that is, because I've had feeder chairs in the past where they've had these side trays with, let's say, a leg coming down from the side tray, and they just feel very not stable. I would always say put your bait tubs and your heavy stuff to the front of the side tray and then put your lighter stuff towards the back. That way it's not straining, you know, the side tray, and it's all right. And like I said, these little screws here, what you tighten everything with, they just feel such good quality, everyone. So the big question is, would I recommend it? I think you probably already know the answer. I would definitely recommend this feeder chair. It's brilliant, everyone. It's so good, you know. Everything's very nice, and to be honest with you, I'm getting used to where that side tray is. It just sometimes does feel a little bit far away from me, but like I said, I can quickly adjust it. So say if I'm sat down here, I can quickly adjust it so I can get to everything and then move it back. You know, like I said, sometimes I find I have to really reach for stuff, but again, that's just more so me than anything else. But apart from that, it's an absolute solid bit of kit, everyone, and I think a lot of people are going to like it. If you're a feeder person, if you fish the waggler, get this chair. It's a no-brainer. It's stable as all. I'm a big lad. I'm about 14 stone and 6'1", and I easily am comfortable on this chair. I could sit on this and do 8-hour sessions, no problem. You know, it's very nice. So yeah, I'm very happy with everyone. I think it's one of them products I'm going to keep for a long time. I really rate this. I'm going to be using it a lot. Another thing that I like is that it comes with the attachments. So say if you're new getting into angling, or you enjoy your feeder fishing, you've literally got everything. You've got the side tray, you've got the butt rest, you've got the other rest. You don't need to buy anything. It's already out of the box, so you can get feeder fishing. And for me, it's brilliant. It's really good. That is pretty much it for this review on the Preston Ignition feeder chair. I will be doing an update video on this chair where I revisit it, see how the quality is holding up and everything, like I did with the Chaplain feeder chair. Unfortunately, I don't have that chair anymore. I sold it to obviously put money towards this one. So yeah, like I said, that is still a good chair, and if you're on a budget, I definitely recommend that one. So that is pretty much it for this video. If you did enjoy it, leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe for new videos every single week. Share this video around with anyone that you know is wanting a feeder chair, and if you're fishing, have a good one.